In last lecture, we have completed two small sums of residential status and its income categorization. So we are continuing with next sum, Mr. Suresh. Okay, for that purpose, Mr. Suresh I provided following information for the previous year relevant to assessment year 2019-20. So we have given first interest on GK development bonds. Please consider it in bracket. It is given that 1/6 is received in India. Please check that, amounting to rupees 27,000. Interest from GK development bond 1/6 is received in India, means 5/6 is received in out of India or in foreign country. Okay, so here we have to consider it this income in two parts, Indian income and foreign income. Okay, here first GK development bond, Indian income and foreign income. Here 1/6 amount received in India, so 5/6 amount received in foreign country. Okay, for that purpose 27,000 divided by 6 means 4,500, and when there is Indian income, it is taxable in every status. It means resident, ordinarily resident, resident, not ordinarily resident, or non-resident. In each and every case, Indian income is taxable. Okay. Then after, if we check 27,000 multiplied by 5 divided by 6, then 22,500. This is our foreign income, and for this purpose, in this foreign income, okay, resident and ordinarily resident will be taxable. Okay, for in case of not ordinarily resident, income must be given, or in some information must be provided that this income was managed from India, but no such information is provided. So here this income is not taxable, and for non-resident it is also not taxable. So here it is also dash. Okay, so first information we have decoded and effect is already given. Okay, then after, income from agriculture in Burma received there but later remitted to India. Please check that, students. Income from agriculture in Burma, but later on it is remitted to India. Please check that in Burma agriculture income is earned, and in foreign income or in foreign agricultural income it is taxable. We have already discussed that point at the time of discussing agricultural income point. Okay, in that point we have already discussed that in India agriculture income is exempt or free from tax. Okay, we have already discussed that, but in case of foreign agricultural income it is taxable. Okay, so it is one kind of foreign income. Okay, because in Burma agriculture income is earned in Burma, means it is foreign income. Okay, in case of foreign income it is taxable in resident and ordinarily resident status. How much amount? 3,20,000 rupees. Okay, in case of resident and not ordinarily resident, information must be provided about it is managed from India, but this information is not provided, so here it is not taxable. And in case of non-resident, it is also not taxable. So we have given effect for second income. Okay, then after third, interest from property in UK received in India. Okay, interest from property in UK but it is received in India. Okay, so third one, interest income from property in UK. Property in UK. Okay, if we check that it is amounting to rupees 2,30,000. Okay, but it is received in India. Please note down that. Please check that it is received in India. So here it is Indian income. How much amount? So we will check that 2,30,000. So it is taxable in ordinarily resident and not ordinarily resident case and non-resident case also. So each and every point it is taxable because it is considered as Indian income, because the income was earned from property in UK but received in India, and when income is received in India it becomes Indian income. Okay, in above information, in case of agriculture income in Burma, it is foreign income because all the incomes were earned in Burma, but remitted, here mind the words, remitted to India. Okay, then later, please check that word, then later. This word is not used in case of point number 3, interest income from property in UK. We have received it in India. Okay, remitted word is not provided, so it becomes an Indian income. Okay, next point, fourth point. Okay, income earned from business in Japan, which is controlled from Mumbai. Bracket, it is in bracket it is given that 7,75,000 is received in India and total amount is rupees 11,75,000. So we are giving effect for that purpose, income of business in Japan. There are two parts. Okay, total amount is rupees 11,75,000. Total 11,75,000. But out of that, in India, it is received rupees 7,75,000. So balancing rupees 4 lakh, which is received in Japan. Okay, so Indian income will be 7,75,000. Okay, so this 7,75,000 is taxable in each and every condition. In 3 our residential status, 7,75,000. But in case of Japan, this income will be considered as foreign income. Okay, so in case of foreign income, in case of resident and ordinarily resident, it is taxable. Another, in residential status, not ordinarily resident, simple word must be used is that SSE is receiving some income, and if it is managed from India, then it will be considered here. So here in this case we can easily say that it is managed from India, and if it is managed from India, then that is rupees 4 lakh, and in case of non-resident it will be tax-free amount. Okay, so in this first part we are discussing these our 4 major points. Okay, we will discuss it in next part. Okay, next points will be considered in next part.